I think the thing that's really starting to sink in here is that a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, a little bit different than maybe it was in the 80s or 90s. Other policies that this administration might be pursuing, such as tariffs and tariffs on some of our major trading partners, also turn out to be some of our major purchasers of our treasury debt. So when you increase tariffs on, let's say, China, that has some implications as to whether or not China wants to continue to purchase our debt. And what we've been seeing here is a reduction, a flight away from treasuries to other forms of securities outside. And about 30% of our debt is owned not by Americans, but by foreign investors. If those foreign investors decide to move away from treasuries, if they have someplace to go to, and in fairness, there aren't a lot of places they can go to, but if they could move away and we still have this growing debt, then what it means is the American investors will have to belly up to the bar, so to speak, and how will they do that? They'll have to be an increase in interest rates to attract them into purchasing our debt. One of the factors that concerns me is we are seeing those 10-year rates up around 4.5%. I would simply note, and I noted to a group last evening, that if you take all these estimates out there that we have today of CBOs and even the administrations, they assume today that the 10-year T-bill rate will average somewhere around 3.8% over the next decade. We're already at 4.5%. If you just take that increment, and I used yesterday, I used the Yale Budget Lab's estimates of the increases in the 10-year rate, and I plugged that into an interactive model that even CBO produces, and you add almost another $1.5 trillion just in interest payments over the next decade, reflecting this. And that's not it. That $1.5 trillion isn't even included in any discussions we're having today. That is what's starting to sink in. That wait a minute, this is serious business. And like I say, maybe we can figure out a way to muddle through and all that, but things are different on such things as tariffs and how they impact and how they, I'm afraid we're losing that special nature of our safety net here, and people as reflected in the downgrades that we are starting to see. This is not normal and not good. I will make one last observation, Bob, and I follow him. I like him as a economic historian. That's Niall Ferguson out at Stanford. And he's written, any great power that spends more on debt service than on defense will not stay a great power for very long. That was true of the Habsburg Spain, true of the ancient regime of France, true of the Ottoman Empire, true of the British Empire. We are now spending a lot more. We are spending more on our interest payments than we're paying on our defense. We are risking our future here, not for our children, our grandchildren going forward by this accumulating